us circumference. That used to be 6th grade. It's kind of like a trade-off. Wow. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so put your name on the front of your packet. We will be using this packet for 2 to 3 weeks. Ish. Might be something else in the middle. All right. Page 2. All right, page 2, page 2. We're going to start off with what we call a silent board game. It's my favorite game in the world. You have to be silent. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I'll explain the rules in a second. What I first need you to do is on page 2, everybody, copy these numbers in this order. 5 up here where it says in. 5, -2, 0, 3, -5, 1, 4, 10, -1, 8. Okay, again, I'll repeat them. 5, -2, 0, 3, -5, 1, 4, 10, -1, and 8. Okay, so let me explain to you the rules. Because, okay, the silent board game is played this way, following way. Okay, I am going to do something to the numbers on the top, the ends. I'm going to do something mathematically to the numbers. Whatever my answer is that I did in my head, I'm going to write down at the bottom. Stop. Put that away. Stop. I didn't ask. I need you to put that away. Okay. All right. So you need to figure out what did I do in my head to these top numbers to get my bottom answers. Okay. It's like mental math. All right. So but you can't shout out. You can be like, oh, she's doing. Got to keep it in your head. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to come up. If you think you know, oh, I know what you're doing, Miss Emily. You're going to come up and fill in one of the squares. Okay, quietly, without saying anything. And if you get it right, leave it alone. If you get it wrong, I go back and erase it. Silently. All right? So, don't say anything. So, I took the 3. I did something to it, and my answer is 6. Now, your brain might be like, oh, this is what she did. Cool. Easy enough. But then, yes, write it down. Once your brain's like, okay, yeah, it's cool. I get it. I know what she did. I take the 1. I do the exact same thing. And the answer is 4. So your brain's like, whoa. I thought she did this. But it's not true. So take another 30 seconds or so to go, okay, well, if she didn't do that, what is she doing? Okay, so if you have an idea of what you think I did, you can bring up your pencil and fill in a box. And if you're right, I leave it alone. And if you're wrong, I'll politely erase it. So right now everybody's thinking, what did she do to the 3 to get 6? What did she do to the 1 to get 4? Mental math, right? All mental math. I did mental math. You do mental math.
Wait, where do I put it?
Whichever box you want to fill out. You have to tell me the answer.
Oh, okay.
You have to follow the same pattern I did. You have to follow the same pattern I did.
Yay!
Okay, we're silent. We're silent. Just come on up. Yes. As long as I don't erase it, it's a good number. If it's a silent board game, meaning you're silent, it's great. I love it. Yeah, come on up. Stop. You guys are doing a great job. 13. So, some board games, yes. This one, I have a lot of volunteers, so it's cool. Yeah, 0 is actually super important. In a couple minutes, I'll tell you why 0 is of most importance. Very good. Does anybody know what -1 would be? 2. Good job, everybody. So you guys did a really good job filling this out very quickly and having a lot of volunteers come on it. The best, I think, of all day. You guys took it. All right, so write the rule in words. So what am I doing to the top numbers to get to the bottom numbers? Very good. We're adding, we're adding 3, okay? Now, does anybody know how to write this more in an algebra way using a variable, adding 3? How would I write that using like an equation? How would I write that as an equation? What is it?
X plus 3.
Very good. Good job. X plus 3. X would represent any of the top numbers. So you take any of the top numbers and you add 3 and you get the bottom numbers. Very good. So that was what your brain was supposed to be like figuring out. I know some of you, when you saw 3 to go to 6, you probably thought times 2, right? Mm-hmm. That's like the immediate one. And I do that on purpose. But then when I do this, you're like, oh, wait, she's not adding. She's not multiplying by 2. All right, copy down the exact same numbers for puzzle 2. So 5, -2, 0. So the same top numbers here. We'll go here, Daphne. So 5. Just copy them down real fast. We don't change them to make it a lot faster for us. Nah, at least for the next 2. Alright, then I stop. We're only doing 2 more. 1 and 2, another puzzle. I might feel crazy and change it tomorrow. Or not. I don't know. Yeah, alright. So, here we go. What did I do? Your brain might be thinking something like, oh yeah, I get it. Right? Okay, I get it. Or she could be doing this or that. And then I go, you didn't expect me to stay at level 1, did you? 8 and 4? 3 turns into an 8. And the 1 turns into a 4. Any tries? It is a little harder than the one before. It is a lot harder. Give you a clue. I'm doing 2 things to the number. Not just one thing, but 2 things to the number. I'm doing 2 things to the number. I'm not just adding 3 like number 1. That's too easy. Now I'm adding two things to it. What are the 2 things that I'm doing? 2 things. Do another, yeah. Thanks, Miss Jay. Jay's gonna give you another number. That one should help some of you. We're doing 2 things. Feel free to go up and try your luck.
Wait, what was it? Wait. My favorite. I still don't get it.
The 10 is very helpful. I think a lot of you should be able to see, how do I change 10 to 22?
I still don't know.
It's easy.
Okay? Sophia, do you want to do another one? Yeah. All the zeros helpful. It's very helpful.
Yeah, two.
Zero became a 2.
You can get it.
I'm not. Trust. I'm not. I'm not. Bro, she literally added 2 zeros, so you have to like add 2.
Is it rough?
Yeah.
Jay, how you get it?
Come on.
Alright, the negative
Oh,
numbers
man.
are a little bit trickier, for sure.
She gets 12.
That was right.
Almost.
She's missing something.
I'll
What
give
is
it.
she missing?
Is it still negative?
Yeah, it's negative. What's the negative for her?
How if it's already a negative?
Huh.
You're doing two things. You're doing two things to it. Not just one thing. Okay, who can tell us what we're doing? Melanie? Alright, so we're multiplying by 2 and adding 2. So let's write that down. Times 2 plus 2. Times 2 plus 2. So knowing that, can you guys fill out -5 and -1? We'll give you 30 seconds, and then Ms. J will call on 2 kids to tell her the answer for -5, -1. So now that you know it's times 2 plus 2, what would -5 be and -1 be? Well, it's tricky with the negatives for sure. If you're ready, you can raise your hand. Tell her.
Oh, with -5, it's -8.
I already know that.
I like.
I have it ruined
Okay.
out.
You got the second answer from Ms. J?
Wait, I got
Anything you want to tell us?
it's 0.
Good, very good. Alright, what do you think I'm gonna ask you?
Equation
Yeah.
x times 2 plus 2.
Why is every period the same? Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. You know, that's why I say yes and no.
Is it
It's
parentheses?
No, not the
2x.
parentheses.
X plus 2.
So every class, kids have been saying x2 because times 2 plus 2, right? And the kids are like, okay, put parentheses. You're not happy, Miss. No, you never are. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay. But in 8th grade, there's a way to write it so your teacher doesn't yell at you.
2x plus 2.
2x. Yeah.
I knew it.
They want you to write it as 2x plus 2. In math, it's grammatically correct. It's like, you know, you want to make sure you say it correctly. So it would be 2x plus 2. The 2 is called the coefficient, and it goes on the front.
It's because it doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right. Yeah, this doesn't really look right. This is the correct mathematical way to write it. Do you get the same answer if you do this? Yeah, but next year and this year we want you to write it like that, okay? So write that on your paper. Alright, one more silent board game.
Yeah.
Okay. Write down the same numbers on the top. Same numbers at the top. Same numbers at the top. It's faster and easier.
Yes, I saw the script.
What does the scripture say?
I don't know.
Are you writing me?
first one.
All right, so Miss J started with 3 and gave you 16. She turned the 3 into a 16. And she turned the 4 into a 21. It's very much like number 2.
But I didn't get number 2.
Well, now that you know what 2 is,
Oh, I know.
so go on up if you have an idea. Try out a number. Help out your classmates understand this. No, wait, no.
Oh, wait. I know what I did wrong.
Right up.
Oh, I got it.
Am I right? Yep. Oh.
You're close. You did -1. Yeah.
Good. Add 1. Perfect. Yeah, you can go up again.
Wait, that one, right?
No.
Ethan, can you put your pen? How do you do it? I don't get it.
Oh, we got it.
There you go.
41.
What is that?
Is that an 11?
It's 41.
I'll rewrite it.
Oh,
I thought he was gonna.
Ethan, you're right. It's 11.
All right. Okay. What's raise your hand if you tell me what the rule is. What's the rule, Aaron?
Times 5 plus 1.
Good.
No, you're wrong.
Times 5 plus 1.
That's right.
So now that you know it's times 5 and plus 1, Sophia,
5x plus 1.
5x plus 1. That would be the algebra way of writing it. 5x plus 1. Now, give you guys 30 seconds to figure out -2 and 0. Knowing that it's times 5 plus 1, fill out the -2 and fill out the 0, and then Miss J will call on 2 wonderful students.
Yes or no?
You're already there.
Go for it.
Hope you get it wrong.
Stop.
I was wrong.
Is that right?
It's supposed to be about 5. It equals 5.
Is that right?
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
Oh,
5 times 0
yes,
is
I
0.
know it now. Is it negative?
5 times 0 is 0.
She already said it out loud. What the rule was.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, who wants to tell Miss J what -2 is?
Oh,
negative
negative 9.
-9.
I raised my hand. It's negative 2.
Wait, is 0 a 7 or 1?
It's a 1.
number 5's not correct. The first one on that side's not correct.
Why so weird?
Because it's 5 times 5 equals 3. Oh, never mind. I thought it was 24.
Alright.
Bro, be quiet. I thought you got them wrong. I thought you barely figured out what the rule was.
Yeah, I mean, you could be thinking like, okay, times 4 or times 3, and it just doesn't work out, and then you try. It's about trial and error, right? It won't come to you immediately. You have to try it. Does it work? Does it not work? As you see more kids come up, you're like, oh, I see it. Some of the numbers are easier to work with than others. I love 5s and 10s. 0 is your best friend. 0 tells you the last part of your equation. So like 0 gives you 1 plus 1. 0 is 2, the plus 2. 0 is 3 plus 3. So your zeros is what you're adding by or subtracting tomorrow. So the 0 tells you the second part. 0 tells you the second part. Tomorrow. Do you want to get them started on page 4? Do you want to start it?
It was just, I just read that, and then look, how many do we have here? Look. Okay, draw. Okay, just look, draw. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get started on page 4.
Alright, Miss Jane's going to start you on page 4.
So it says you're building the following growing 2-story apartment pattern with your pattern blocks. Build the 4th figure and draw it in the space provided. So how many blocks do we think that figure 1 has? 3?
No, 5.
Figure 1.
2.
3 blocks.
Oh.
Blocks are all of your pieces. So every single one of these, 1, 2, 3, that's gonna make 3 blocks. How about figure 2?
6.
6.
Alright, Genesis, write this down.
Figure 3?
9.
9. Alright, go ahead and draw figure 4 then.
So continue the pattern. What would figure 4 look like? Right, so draw it out. Let's see what you guys come up with figure 4. Look at the pattern. What would you draw for 4? What would you draw for 4? So what would you draw for 4? Looking at the pattern. Good. Now draw it as well. So good job on the math. Very good, actually. What would you draw? And then write down how many blocks is that. So you draw it and then you tell me a number. Who can tell her, raise your hand if you can tell her how many blocks there are.
Yeah. 12 blocks.
Alright, so Jaden, how many blocks are in figure 1? 3. Jaden, how many blocks in figure 2? 6. Okay. I have a trick question. Miss J, do you remember my trick question? Alright. So let's go to figure 1 again. Jaden said there was 3 blocks. And he is correct. But now I'm going to ask Jaden a trick question. Jaden, you ready? Good. Glad. Figure 1 again. How many squares?
2.
I got Jaden. Jaden, how many squares are there? Yay! Alright, Jaden told me that there were 6 squares on figure 2, which you are correct. But your question, Jaden, how many squares are there? 4. Good! Aaron, how many squares in figure 3? Good. Okay, only one question. and all the questions at the bottom, one question asks you about squares. That's when you just look at the squares? I don't know. It's kind of easier. So when it says blocks, it's all of them. 3 blocks, 6 blocks, okay? What we're going to give you is we're going to give you a couple minutes to work with someone else, just one person, to complete this whole worksheet together. All right? We'll be walking around checking your answers or providing you with support. So ready, set, go. You can work by yourself if you want to, or you can work with another human being. Ready, set, go.
Jaden.
All right, Ethan, Jaden, may I have your attention up here? All right, we're going to unfreeze. All right, so how many total pattern blocks will you need in the 10th figure? The answer is 30 blocks. Very good. Good job. How many in the 20th figure? 60 blocks. Very good. 11. Figure 11 will have 22 squares. Very good. 20. Figure 20 will have 60. Very good. Figure 27. Now, filling in the table. What do I have to do to all those numbers? I have to multiply by 3. So here is my table. So all of these numbers are multiplied by 3. Be very careful towards the end by multiplying by 3. Now here, underneath the x, I need like the equation, right? What is my equation? 3x. We're multiplying all the numbers by 3. How many homework assignments did I given you every single week?
5.
Oh, we know only one.
How many homework assignments?
4.
4. So we're going to do a pattern with your homework. Last week I gave you 4. This week I'm giving you 3. Next week I'm giving you
4. 2.
Nice try.
Wait, why?
And then one. No.
And then 1. And then 0.
Happy birthday.
So, I am not giving you homework today, but I'm going to give you 3 homeworks this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Then next week, I'm only going to give you
2.
Then I'm giving you 1, and then
0.
done.
Oh, wait, no more stress. Why